Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Minister of Health, the Honourable Janelle Nisbet, is encouraging the general public to take precautionary measures to avoid the rise of dengue fever on the island. Speaking at the Nevis Island Assembly's November 22nd parliamentary sit-in, Nisbet implored the general public to recognise the potential dangers of dengue fever.
Dengue fever is a serious illness and it's caused by a virus transmitted through the bite of an infected mosquito. It's imperative that we address this matter as soon as possible. Oftentimes we hear dengue fever and it's not taken quite as seriously as some of the other diseases. I think in our minds it's a flu, but the dengue fever can also be fatal, and we don't want to wait until we get to that point to recognize the seriousness of the issue. So some of the symptoms can range from mild to severe, and they include high fever, pain behind the eyes, joint and muscle pains, rash, and the disease can also come in extreme cases where it can cause serious bleeding and a sudden drop in blood pressure, and that can cause shock or death. 1 in 20 individuals who are infected with dengue can develop serious dengue, and we cannot wait for this to happen before we address the issue.
While sharing details on the measures being put in place by the Ministry of Health, Nisbet also noted that the general public has a major role to play in preventing the spread.
So the Ministry of Health is doing a number of activities to try and tackle this, and that includes community fogging, sensitization, cleanup measures, identifying vector areas and breeding sites. But it cannot be done by the ministry alone, and I know the public often calls for more fogging. Fogging only takes care of adult mosquitoes, and that is not enough to squash the problem. We have to be able to eliminate the breeding ground, and we also have the risk of mosquitoes building up a resilience to the chemicals if we use it too often. So with that in mind, we are calling on the entire Nevision public, the general public in the Federation, to look around your yard, look around your homes, identify any stagnant water that's settling. You know, some of us has drums in our yard, or we have, even if you have a plant and the base of it might have water settling, you have to identify those areas and be able to clean them out quite regularly to be able to stop these breeding grounds. As some personal measures, you can also utilize wear long sleeves, mosquito nets, install screens in your home to be able to reduce your risk of getting infected.
Some symptoms of dengue fever include headache, muscle or joint pain, nausea, vomiting, pain behind the eyes, swollen glands, and rashes. The Inland Revenue Department IRD announces its e-government portal as part of its new tax administration system. Smart Modernized Administration for Revenue and Taxation System, SMARTS, is scheduled to go live on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. SMARTS is purposefully designed to simplify and enhance the entire tax process, ensuring it is more intelligent, accessible, and efficient. All taxpayers are encouraged to take note of this impending change and stay tuned for updates via the media. Key highlights of SMART's e-government portal include online tax filing and payment, a user-friendly online platform for seamless tax filing and payment processes, real-time updates on tax transactions, receive instant updates on your tax transactions, ensuring transparency and accuracy. Enhanced security and data privacy. SMART's e-government portal employs advanced security measures to safeguard taxpayer information and ensure data privacy. Simplified taxpayer information management, an intuitive system for managing taxpayer information efficiently. convenient access to tax forms and documents, easy access to a comprehensive range of tax forms and documents. To facilitate a smooth transition and afford taxpayers the opportunity to adopt and utilize the new system, the deadline for the 2024 business and occupation licenses has been extended to March 2024. For further information or inquiries, contact the St. Kitts and Nevis Inland Revenue Department at 469-5856 or email them at ird@nia.gov.com. 13 exemplary nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis were invested with the 2023 National Honours Awards for their exceptional contribution to the development of the Federation at an investiture ceremony held by Her Excellency the Governor-General, Dame Marcella Liburd, on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023 at Government House. This year's recipients of the Companion of the Star of Merit, CSM, who were first honored on National Heroes Day on September 16, 2023, include Daniel Atherton in the area of agriculture, farming, and small business development, Ima Stanley in the field of nursing, both of whom are Nevisians. Other nationals awarded include Ian Quealy, Carmen Ward, Ingrid Berridge, Priska Heiliger, Dr. Oswald Liburd, Cynthia Williams, Mitchell Slater, Avril Noel, Peter Jenkins, Eldora Samuel, and Ruby Taylor. The Companion of the Star of Merit is awarded for long and meritorious service or loyal and devoted service to the nation. Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, recognized the recipients not for their accolades, but for their intrinsic qualities of love, hard work, and dedication to nation building, emphasizing that these attributes, rather than their achievements, truly define them and their legacy. The Prime Minister expressed his desire for the nation to consistently recognize and appreciate those who have played crucial roles in the development of St. Kitts and Nevis, especially considering its status as a young nation. He emphasized the invaluable contributions of these men and women across various fields who have given much more than they have received, offering their utmost for the country's growth. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew concluded a highly productive visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, marking his participation in the inaugural CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit in Riyadh. During this significant summit, Prime Minister Drew engaged in several impactful bilateral discussions that were aimed at fostering robust partnerships and advancing St. Kitts and Nevis's sustainable island state agenda. Amidst the CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit, Prime Minister Drew held meetings with key Saudi officials, exploring prospective investment opportunities crucial to furthering his nation's sustainable mandate. The discussion centered on financing renewable energy initiatives, collaborating on funding for establishing a desalination plant, facilitating training programs for government officials, fostering people-to-people exchanges, and offering scholarship opportunities to citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. A compelling offer was extended after in-depth conversations with His Excellency Sultan Al Mashad, Chief Executive Officer of the Saudi Fund for Development (SFD). His Excellency Al Mashad pledged support by offering to provide expert engineers to oversee the design and construction of the desalination plant scheduled for 2024 and expressed commitment to financing the remaining funding of $20 million, which is required for the completion of the drilling work for the geothermal project in St. Kitts and Nevis. During another bilateral engagement, Dr. Drew held consultations with His Royal Highness Crown Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman, Minister of Energy, who extended an offer for scholarship and capacity development in the areas of energy, water, agriculture, and food security. The training opportunities will be aimed at advancing efforts to diversify energy sources and employ renewable energy options to reduce costs. Expressing his satisfaction with the outcomes of these discussions, Prime Minister Drew underscored the significance of these collaborations in advancing the Sustainable Island State agenda. He emphasized the potential long-term benefits for these partnerships hold for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Prime Minister Drew extends his gratitude to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for their generous commitments and collaborative spirit towards St. Kitts and Nevis's Sustainable Island State agenda. The progressive partnerships forged during the CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit are an indication of the significant strides that have been made towards a greener and more resilient path for the development of the Federation. The Food and Agriculture Organization FAO is hosting a technical mission to St. Kitts and Nevis under Project TCPSLC 3808 over the period Sunday, November 19th to Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. On Tuesday, November 21st, 2023, Mark Bayer, consultant for the FAO, visited Deputy Premier and Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, at his office to discuss the ongoing project.
FAO is working with 6 CARICOM countries.
Okay.
St. Kitts Nevis, Belize, Bahamas, Guyana, Grenada, and Dominica.
Yes.
Yeah, to develop this strategy, so to chart the way forward in terms of digitizing the agricultural sector.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially at such a time, I know that you'll be glad for it because I know you're pushing your agricultural productivity forward.
Yes.
So the digital tools are going to happen, you know?
Yes.
So we're meeting with the stakeholders here, St. Kitts yesterday, Nevis today, to have that agreement, you know? Because important in the implementation is having the buy-in from the stakeholders, you know? So that we can go forward together, and that it will not only be a document that sits on the desk, but that it means something that people will be committed to working with and getting the benefit from. And there are lots of benefits that can be gathered from digitization. You know, lots of tools and innovations that are available that we can apply to the sector. You know? So we're glad for the support from your ministry to push it forward.
The purpose of the mission is to map sectoral and cross-sectorial digital agricultural strategic linkages and to work with the stakeholders on digital strategic needs assessment, validation, and determine strategic digital agriculture priorities. Minister Evelyn welcomed the project and pledged the support of the Nevis Island administration.
We have been making some very giant strides here on Nevis and in St. Kitts and Nevis where agriculture is concerned. Your visit is very timely because we've had visits recently of folks from our neighboring islands as well. And so we've done quite a bit, and we have been advancing in various aspects of our agriculture. And digitization, of course, as you say, is the way to go. Of course, with the steps that we've been making and the strides that we've been making, it's important as well that technology comes along with it. And the good thing about it is that it's very timely because quite a number of our farmers are now young farmers. And it is good when we have young farmers on board that we can improve and increase their technology because, of course, we know that technology is what rules the world now. And if our young farmers are going to be on board, they want to find ways and means of improving and increasing their technology and, of course, enhancing production and productivity and so on. So I think your visit is very timely. And, of course, we are always willing as a ministry and the department to work along with our allied agencies, FAO being one.
Also present at the meeting were Project Focal Point Alicia White of St. Kitts, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture Huey Sargent, and Deputy Director in the Department of Agriculture Floyd Liburd. The mission will be conducting stakeholder meetings and consultations to validate the needs assessment and strategic agenda. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.